Hi traders, welcome to the week ahead. Trust you've had a good weekend. I'll try to make this as quick and as clean as I can. Just get the housekeeping out of the way. We know that's only an educational video. By watching this, you're agreeing not to hold the distributors of this video series liable for any of the information shared, and you take full responsibilities for your decisions you make regarding any information in the video. So let's get that out of the way and get into the charts. The economic calendar is a little light this week, but as always, just keep a little eye on it. Probably the most interesting is the New Zealand cash rate, and there's no expectation of change at the moment. So let's get in and have a look at the Aussie pairs. I just want to go to the AUD USD first. We've had a week last week of just sliding sideways, and we have popped up between or above the 70 cents mark, but it just hasn't been able to crack it. And again, if this is going to really get serious about going higher, it really needs to take out this high. So that's about all I've got to say on that. I'm watching with interest. We've had a decent sort of a move up from these lows. Now it's anybody's guess as to which way it will go. Short term, probably are sitting around about 60% bullish, but this could just range for weeks, so just be careful with it. If I do get a close below here, I do have pending orders here. Technically, I think we're in for a pullback. Aussie New Zealand locked in a range again. Just hasn't been able to break out of this area here when it's got up. So just watch that. It's not a currency I trade a lot because they're two neutral currencies. They run fairly closely together. A lot of people swear by it, but I don't get that many trades off it successfully. Aussie JPY, after the run that we had up here, again, it's a 76 area, and just keep an eye on that. This is a pretty key support area here. So I'm watching these numbers, and if we get a close below here, depending on the divergence of strength or weakness between the yen and the Aussie, I will be attempting a trade lower. Aussie Swiss, there's nothing to report here again. Very typical of the market conditions that we are currently experiencing at the moment. And again, it's just good common sense. Put your levels in, whatever other things that you're using, and keep your risk reward tight, your money management tight. But you can see that it's just petered out and going nowhere. It just can't get up above this area here, and you can see that it's a real key resistance area. And until we get some significant strength in the CAD and a break above here, I can't see us having any big moves north. Probably this range is going to be for a little while. So CAD Aussie CAD. I am looking at this. It started. It's right at a support level here. We're looking at a daily chart, remember, and it could just range bound in here. Again, this 94, pretty strong resistance, and technically we're due for a pullback. We'll just have to wait and see. CAD Swiss, again, we're just at no man's land. If I get a close above here, I will attempt to go long again. And but right now, there's just nothing. All prices sort of come to a standstill again, so that'll affect the Canadian dollar. Again, just take a common sense approach. Another week of just sideways movement. So there's nothing really to report. I'm not going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and say, oh, this is going to do that and that's going to do this. Fundamentals, what are they at the moment? Patterns, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You've got to just let the market direct you and tell you what it may or may not do. If it breaks below here, I'm not probably going to get in. I'll just wait for it to bottom out again and look for a launching pad. Swiss JPY, there's nothing there after having an attempt to get up higher and take this out. It's just fallen back down here again. That was the entry level for that trade there, but there's nothing on the table at the moment. Euro AUD, we're just going sideways. Had a couple of weeks of it. Patience is the game. If this 1600 level holds, and it is an important level here, you can see that. Don't need to be a rocket scientist. Just keep an eye on it. But that we'd have to have huge weakness in the euro, I believe, to actually get a decent move below that. So I'm more inclined to be looking for this to get back down around here and look for a launching pad from here again. Euro CAD, very similar. Those are the key levels there. Nothing new to report on that. Euro Swiss, lovely move. I'd love to get another move like that. That few and far between right now at the moment, but that's just the way it is, and we have to be patient and wait. The euro, well, you've heard me say it before, but once the Brexit thing all comes out, and it should be all over by the end of the year, and they should be out of the European Union, the UK. Negotiations are about to start again, and this euro crosses and that are all settled down. With the COVID thing, coronavirus, you've just got to wait. Britain is starting to open up again, but it's going to be a long recovery for every nation. So, the normal behaviours that you see in the market are not possibly going to be there. So you need a really good system and really tight money management if you're going to survive. This is the key level here. We'll just bring this down into here. You can see it is price reacted in here. So just keep an eye on that level. If I got a good signal, something like this in here again off this level or lower down, I would definitely be interested in stepping into the trade. I was looking at this over the weekend, the euro pound, and just want to go and take a look at the monthly. We're at historical highs once you get up here, and it did spike up here at the beginning of the year, but it's just settling in down here. And again, we just need to be patient and wait. It's a pair I'm not trading too much. I keep my eye on it. If I got a breakthrough with talks and discussions and it looked favourable for the pound, I'd definitely be looking for a trade back down into here. Euro JPY, I had a little fling on that about 3 weeks ago. I wondered if it was really going to get going, but it looks like it's just, when we look at it, for me, it's still very much in a downtrend. This is the key level here. If this holds, again, if we get some strength in the euro, it would be worth having a crack for a trade north, but right now I'm leaving it alone. Euro NZ, we just at these key inflection points. Look at it. I wish it was more exciting, this video for you, with some whopping great big trades in the mix, but it's very hard to get a direction right now. So common sense must prevail. And you can see that this area has been important in the past. Was able to get up there and pulled off back. So the big question for me is this a bottom? There's the key level, and I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to get into this unless I get a close below this level. I would have a shot at it. Yet again, if we get a bounce off here, I'll have a go at that too. Euro USD. Now, over the last week, the US dollar did gain some traction. Now, I'm not saying that it's suddenly turned around. Let's just take a quick look at this and go to the weekly. It gained some traction. It didn't close down here for the end of this week, but pulled back. And if this makes its way back up, I don't think the euro will go much higher against the US dollar at present, but one never knows. It's only an opinion. So keep your eye on this. If we this week get a strength in the US dollar again, there could be some little moves on the USD crosses. It's really hard to see what's going on here. It looks like to me that maybe we might get a retest of down and around here. A break this 113 or 112, even if we get a close above 112 again, which is just sitting in here, we bring that line there, it's just sitting in around there. I think there would be more range bound in it, but if I get a bearish signal from this level, I'll definitely have a crack at it. Pound AUD. The pound pairs have really come back. I mean, this is still, in my mind, still bearish, and mark this off. You know, any further break below here, I think would be a good investment. So if you're going to take a trade, there's anything below that level there. Bearing in mind that you're getting into some very low territory on it. Getting into some thick traffic down in here. So I'm more inclined to be looking for a bottom, but if the pound begins to weaken and to drop, I will be in on it. Pound caddy, the trades that I posted on Friday on the pound CAD JPY, I'm out of them now. This was my entry here with the break of this, just as this was breaking. I had a trend line up through here as well. It was it was an easy thing, and that's all you can do. You know, for me, it was a no-brainer. You know, I have my little trend lines through there. Got a close of 1.7, and I just saw it and took it. It was a nice little trade. Closed it out before the end of the market, and now we're just waiting to see if this level here holds, and if it does, that's well and good, and if it doesn't, then I'll be looking and waiting to see what it does. But that's your key level there. Pound Swiss. I like the pound Swiss. I'm really looking for a move up. but we didn't get that, and that was another little move there that we caught on Friday. You know, the data that came out for the pound was just a little, market saw it as negative and took advantage of it. That's all that is. And you can see how news moves this. But now we're, you know, the big question is this going to hold? And I would, the number I'd be interested in would be 170. You know, let's just take a look at the monthly. You can see it's at historical lows. You know, this, once Britain gets itself sorted out, I think there are some excellent potential trades on the pound crosses. So just stay tuned, keep an eye on it. Can it go lower? Yeah, it can have a crack at it. And if it does, calculate as to whether you think it's worth taking a punt on it or not. If it does break this level, I would be targeting this area down in here as the take profit area, just somewhere in there. Pound JPY, again a nice little trade out of this area. Just the break of the level. You know, I had that marked in there because there was a little shelf through there, and I wanted to know that if it was going north, it had to finish up here with a decent bullish signal. Instead, it went down here, and we were able to get a few little pips out of it. It's at a key inflection point again, and so I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and see what happens. 131 is my next level there. How many pips just from there? It's about 90 pips down. You know, there could be an opportunity for a scalp in a London session or something. We'll wait and see. Pound New Zealand. Again, a break. I mean, all the pound pairs broke south on Friday after that news. But it looks like it's just, you can see here, it's obvious. It looks like another bottom or support area just in and around here, like as many touches as I can get. Somewhere in there would be about right. So we need to wait and see what happens. This is the key level. So we'll wait and we'll see what the market gives us. Pound USD, I'm still holding my second position on that. The entry point's pretty obvious to see. It broke this level here at 125. Always was going to get into it. Don't always get a lot of big runs at the moment, you would have noticed. But that one there, that was worth having. You know, we're up with the second position, about 130 pips at the moment. And it's probably hit it. Yeah, look at that. So, you know, if it's going to go lower, it has to get below 123. We'll have to wait and see. I'll be keeping an eye on that dollar index for some clues on that. Looking for a break below here. New Zealand USD. I see that my pending order was taken in over the weekend. I've had a pending order sitting under here. There was a gap on hourly, 4-hourly time frames. I think even on the daily there was a gap on my trading platform, and it has filled up. It's filled. The gap's filled. It broke through here. I'm holding it at the moment, and I'm looking for a technical pullback. And the technical pullback that I'm looking for is this here, and high on my watch list. So somewhere in here, looking for a pullback or lower. And if this is truly the start of a move north again, then I would expect a bounce, you know, off here, or even lower. Failing that, we could just get another move down. There we go. New Zealand CAD had a break of this level. Again, I think technically that we should be in for some sort of pullback, and I will be treating it as a pullback if I get in. I haven't at the moment, but I will put pending orders under these levels here. New Zealand Swiss, just waiting to see if we can get back down here, and I'll be looking for another buy. New Zealand JPY, it's been a nice little trade down, and it's nearly at what I would consider a key area. If we pull this down into here, it's 68. I think that is quite an important level here. And if it gets back down into here, we'll look at a bounce off this area. We've had that first move up, and the pullbacks there, and I don't know, I haven't put a fib on it, but that could be around 50, and I'll look for a lift off from there. There's nothing on the US caddy, didn't eventuate to anything this move here. Again, just locked in this range, it appears, between 138 and 134. That could be the roof of it. Maybe it's going to be 136. Just nothing doing there. USD Swissy. I'm just waiting to see if I can get a bullish signal off here. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I think that this here is the key level, so keep an eye on that. USD JPY. This was the move up in here. It was a good little move down, but again it petered out at this level here, and 107. Put it in your book, put it on your chart. If I get a bearish formation here, I will definitely be taking it lower. If I've got an opinion, I think that probably more consolidation through here, and if we get strength in the US dollar, it could easily come back and trade and test these areas up here. Gold. This is a very, very key area here at 1750. And that's my line in the sand. I have pending orders sitting up above 1750, and they're staying there. I have taken gold off the bottom here. I might have a go off the top. I just don't know. We'll just keep an eye on that US dollar. Now, silver, I'm very interested in, and just quickly let me show you why. More removable drawings. Just wanted to give you a look at the big picture here. I think that this is a very key level, and if you're a pattern trader, I saw something like this off one of the so-called experts. They had this flag down here, and they believe that it's a bullish flag kind of deal. They were drawing it here like this, and they're looking for a break of this here. I'm looking for a break of this level here at 18, and if I get a close above 18, I will definitely be in. In fact, I've got pending orders sitting there. So there's 18 there, and there's a lot of rhetoric out there, opinion out there, that if it can get up above here, silver is going to move higher later this year. So I'm looking to get a trade above $18. I'll be looking for some sort of really nice bullish signal. You know, something like this here or here. And I'll be looking to hold it, and we'll see if we can get a decent move out of this. All right, that's it. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I don't know if I'm not getting too many views, but even if I only get one view, for me, if this is helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you let me know. If it isn't, you know, maybe I should just stop doing this. But I believe that you can make money out of Forex, and if you're sensible, get rid of all the stuff that caused you to fail in the past. Don't give up. And don't get caught up in all the so-called education things that are out there. There's a lot of pitfalls in it. They're just after your money. Just practice good money management, risk-reward ratios, looking for 1 to 2. Keep your losses small and allow your winners to be as big as they can be. And I wish you well in this coming week. I pray that you're safe and that you're healthy and that your family's safe and healthy. Don't give up if you're trying to make a living out of Forex. You can do it, but just come back to a good strategy, good system, tight money management, good risk-reward ratio, and good discipline. Take care. We'll talk to you in the chat. Pardon me.